Please listen carefully. A day in life. Hi, I'm Lisa. My day starts early. While I'm a morning person, I wake up at 5:30 a.m. and take a moment to meditate. Meditation helps me start the day with a calm mind. Then I go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, and take a shower. After that, I get dressed in my favorite clothes, preferring to wear something comfortable. Then I go to the dining room to have breakfast. When I get there, I'd always find my mom preparing breakfast for us in the kitchen. My parents and I have breakfast together with fresh orange juice as my favorite drink. After breakfast, I check my timetable and get ready for school. I take the metro to school. The metro is very crowded in the morning. At school, we have different classes like science, math, and history. History is my favorite subject because it helps me learn about the past and understand how things have changed over time. We have 5 periods of history a week. At lunchtime, I eat with my friends at the school's cafeteria. We talk and laugh, and sometimes we share our food. In the afternoon, I continue with my classes. When school is over, I go home. Once I arrive, if teachers have given us homework, I do it first as I want to finish early. Dinner is at 7 p.m. Mom always surprises Dad and me with a dessert at dinner. My favorite dessert is cheesecake. After dinner, I relax for a bit, either playing games or reading a book. I usually go to bed early around 9 p.m. I change into my pajamas, brush my teeth, and then get into bed and turn off the lights. I fall asleep quickly. However, I sometimes stay up late on weekends to watch my favorite movies.
The phrase "a morning person" means someone who finds it easy to wake up early and feels energetic in the morning. Example, I'm not a morning person, so I find it hard to get out of bed before 8 a.m. Meditate is a verb that means to spend time in quiet thought for relaxation or religious purposes. When someone meditates, they focus their mind often in silence. Example, when I feel stressed, I find a quiet place to sit and meditate. A timetable in a school is a list that shows what times different classes happen. It helps students know when and where to go for their lessons. Example, she looked at the school timetable to see when her math class was. A metro is a type of train that runs in a city. It travels underground or on tracks above the ground. People use the metro to go to different places in the city. For example, the metro stops at many stations in the city. When a place is crowded, it means there are many people there. It can be hard to move or find space in a crowded place. Example, on holidays, the beach is crowded. In school, a period is a time for one class. For instance, you might have a math class during one period and a science class in another period. Example, her favorite period at school is art class. A cafeteria is a big room in a school where students eat lunch. There are tables to sit at and food to choose from. Example, she met her friends in the cafeteria during lunch break. In this story, over means finished or ended. When school is over, it means school is done for the day. Example, the movie is over, so let's go home. Dessert is a sweet food eaten at the end of a meal. It is usually something like cake, ice cream, or fruit. Example, do you want ice cream for dessert? Stay up late. This means not going to bed early. When someone stays up late, they are awake until late at night. Example, on her birthday. She stayed up late to celebrate with her family. Our story is called Morning Routine in New York City. Please listen carefully. Morning routine in New York City.
Hi, I'm Emily. Let me take you through my morning routine as a work-from-home mom and content writer living in New York City. I'm passionate about my job because it allows me to express creativity and engage with diverse content every day. One of the biggest perks is the flexibility in my schedule, allowing me to balance work and family life, especially important as I spend time with my 3-year-old daughter and my husband. I start my day quite early, usually around 5:30 a.m. The city may never sleep, but the early morning is surprisingly peaceful. I sneak in a moment of tranquility to sip my coffee by the window, watching the city slowly light up. After savoring the quiet, I quickly freshen up, brushing my teeth and washing my face, gearing up for the day ahead. Breakfast time is family time. I whip up something nutritious yet simple, like avocado toast or a yogurt parfait, making sure it's toddler-friendly for my little girl. As my husband and daughter wake up, I serve breakfast, enjoying these precious moments before the day ramps up. After breakfast, I tidy up the kitchen and quickly ensure the living space is neat. I then help my daughter get ready for her day, which might include a playdate or a trip to a nearby park. My husband, ready for his workday, leaves with our daughter, giving me the cue to transition to work mode. As the apartment returns to quiet, I transform the dining table into my workspace. Living in New York City means making the most out of every square inch. I dive into my content writing, planning out projects and crafting words that resonate with readers across the globe. Mid-morning, I usually take a brief walk to the local grocery store, nestled between towering buildings and bustling streets. I grab fresh ingredients for dinner and maybe a treat for our family dessert tonight. The walk back is my time to clear my head and prepare for the afternoon's tasks. When my family returns, the apartment is filled with the day's stories and laughter. My morning routine helps us navigate our busy city lives smoothly, ensuring we're all ready for the day's adventures.
Nutritious, providing the necessary substances for good health and growth. Example, Emily ensures her daughter's breakfast is nutritious to fuel her busy morning. Tidy up, making a place clean and orderly. Example, after breakfast, Emily tidies up the kitchen quickly. Creativity, the use of imagination or original ideas to create something. Example, Emily's job as a content writer demands a lot of creativity, coming up with fresh and engaging material. Tranquility, the quality or state of being calm and peaceful. Example, early mornings in New York City offer a rare moment of tranquility before the day's chaos begins. Resonate, to produce or be filled with a deep, full, reverberating sound or emotional response. Example, Emily aims to write content that resonates with her audience, making a lasting impact. Navigate, to plan and direct the route or course of something, especially carefully or skillfully. Example, navigating the busy streets of New York City is part of Emily's daily routine. Crafting, the activity or skill of making things by hand, often implying skill and creativity. Example, Emily spends her mornings crafting compelling stories and articles for her clients. Bustling, full of energetic and noisy activity. Example, even during her morning routine, Emily is surrounded by the bustling environment of her urban neighborhood. A routine refers to a regular way of doing things in a particular order. Example, Emily's morning routine includes waking up early, preparing breakfast, and then starting her work as a freelance writer. Being passionate means having or showing a strong feeling of enthusiasm or excitement for something or about doing something. Example, Emily is passionate about her freelance work, constantly seeking new and creative ways to engage her readers. To sneak means to move quietly and cautiously in order to avoid being seen or heard. Example, before the city wakes up, Emily sneaks a few moments to herself, enjoying the quiet of the early morning. Savoring means enjoying something completely, especially by taking time to appreciate it fully. Example, Emily spends a part of her morning savoring her coffee while looking out at the bustling streets below, enjoying the peace before her day begins. An avocado is a tropical fruit with a creamy texture and rich, nutty flavor, often used in salads, on toast, or as a spread. Example, for a quick and nutritious breakfast, Emily often prepares avocado toast topped with a sprinkle of salt and a dash of lime. To ramp up means to increase or cause to increase in amount or intensity. As New York City ramps up its activity in the morning, Emily gets her family ready for the day, ensuring everyone is out the door on time. Neat means tidy and in order, carefully arranged or organized. Example, after breakfast, Emily quickly tidies the kitchen, making everything neat before she starts her work. Ingredients are the foods or substances that are combined to make a particular dish or meal. Example, after her family leaves for the day, Emily heads to the local grocery store to pick up fresh ingredients for tonight's dinner.
Our story for today is, My Journey Learning English. Listen well and try your best. Hi, I'm Andrew. I want to share my successful story of learning English and how I became fluent and confident in speaking it. My journey began in high school with an English teacher named Finn from England. At that time, my English was not very good, but I always looked forward to his classes because I really wanted to improve my English. Finn told us interesting stories about the history of England and the United Kingdom, which sparked my interest in history and my desire to visit the United Kingdom someday. After Finn returned to England, we kept in touch via email. I dedicated myself to learning English every day by practicing reading and writing. Gradually, my reading and writing skills improved. Even though I was good at reading and writing, speaking and listening were hard for me. After finishing university, I decided to take an English language course in London. On my very first day, I felt excited but also nervous. It was a struggle to understand others when they spoke, mainly due to my poor listening skills. Additionally, my poor pronunciation made it difficult for people to understand me, so I often had to write down what I wanted to say. One day, I visited Finn at his home. He lived with his wife and their 2-year-old son, Jack. While telling Finn about my problems with English, little Jack, who was watching cartoons, came to Finn and tried to say something about the cartoon, but Finn couldn't understand him as Jack was just learning to speak. Finn joined Jack to watch the cartoon, and after understanding what Jack was trying to say, he taught Jack by telling him to repeat after him until Jack said the words correctly. This moment gave me hope for improving my own English skills. I just realized that when it comes to learning any language, you should start by listening and imitating how native speakers talk, just as children do when learning to speak. Once we can correctly imitate their pronunciation, we understand them better and they understand us too. I began practicing English by mimicking people in movies and TV shows. I listened to them carefully and repeated words until I could say them correctly and clearly. Then I moved on to short sentences. Later, I tried longer sentences within 3 months. My pronunciation had improved a lot. After a year, my English accent sounded almost like I was from England. Since then, I have spoken English fluently and confidently. Sometimes, I even dream in English. People I met often thought I was born and raised in England, and they were impressed when I told them about my learning journey. So, what I want to tell you is that learning English isn't too hard if you know the right ways to practice. The key is to listen carefully and repeat after the speaker. You need to listen a lot and practice speaking by mimicking native speakers. Start with clear pronunciation of words, then move to short sentences, and finally to longer ones. Practice until you can speak without having to think first. New words and phrases. Before we talk more, we will learn some new words from our story. This will help us get better at English. Look forward to something means to be excited and pleased about something that is going to happen. Example: I'm really looking forward to my vacation. Spark means to start or cause something, especially something interesting or exciting. Example: the funny movie sparked my love for comedy. Desire is a strong feeling of wanting to have something or wishing for something to happen. Example: I have a strong desire to learn how to swim. Keep in touch means to continue to communicate with someone even though you are not near each other. Example: I will keep in touch with my friends by sending them emails. Dedicate means to give a lot of your time and effort to a specific task or purpose. Example: he dedicates 1 hour every day to learning Spanish. Gradually means slowly, over a period of time, not suddenly. Example: he gradually learned to cook by watching cooking shows. Nervous means feeling anxious or worried about something. Example: I get nervous when I have to speak in front of many people. Struggle means to try very hard to do something when it is difficult or there are obstacles. Example: he struggled to open the heavy door. Due to is because of something, a way of explaining the reason for something. Example: the game was cancelled due to the rain. Imitate means to copy someone's actions, speech, or behavior. Example: she can imitate her teacher's voice very well. Mimic is very similar to imitate. It also means to copy the way someone speaks or behaves, often to make people laugh. Example: the parrot can mimic human speech surprisingly well. Impress means to make someone feel admiration and respect, to cause a feeling of interest or excitement in someone. Example: he impressed his friends by learning to play the guitar quickly.
Our story for today is My Day at the Beach. Listen well and try your best. Hello, my name is Emily. I love the beach, and I want to share a special day I had there. I'm usually a late sleeper, but on this day, I woke up early, excited for the beach trip. I got out of bed at 7 a.m., and stretched a bit to wake up my body. After getting up, I brushed my teeth and took a quick shower. Then, I chose my beach attire, picking a comfortable swimsuit and a light sundress. I packed my beach bag with a towel, sunscreen, a hat, and my favorite book. For breakfast, I had yogurt with granola and a banana. It's a light and healthy meal that gives me energy. My family was also getting ready, and soon, we all left the house together. We drove to the beach, singing along to songs on the radio during the drive. Arriving at the beach, I could feel the soft sand under my feet, and the warm sun on my skin. The sound of waves was relaxing. First, I applied sunscreen to protect my skin from the sun. Then, I laid my towel on the sand, and read my book for a while. Later, my brother and I played beach volleyball, with some other people we met there. It was fun and a great way to make new friends. We laughed a lot, even when we missed the ball. After playing, we all went swimming in the sea. The water was cool and refreshing. For lunch, we had a picnic on the beach. We brought sandwiches, fruit, and cold drinks. Eating lunch with the ocean view was amazing. In the afternoon, I built a sandcastle with my little sister. We decorated it with seashells and seaweed. As the day ended, we watched the beautiful sunset over the ocean. It was a breathtaking sight. We packed up our things and headed home, feeling happy and tired. After reaching home, I took a shower to wash off the sand and salt. Dinner was simple, pizza and salad. Before bed, I reflected on the fun day, and felt grateful for these moments. I usually sleep around 9:30 p.m., so I got ready for bed, wearing my cozy pajamas. I fell asleep quickly, dreaming about the next beach adventure. New words and phrases. Before we talk more, we will learn some new words from our story. This will help us get better at English.
Late sleeper means someone who tends to wake up late in the morning. For example, on weekends, I'm a late sleeper and enjoy staying in bed till late. Granola, a breakfast food made of oats, nuts, and sweeteners, often eaten with yogurt or milk. For example, for a quick and healthy breakfast, She often eats granola with fresh fruit and yogurt. Beach attire refers to clothing suitable for the beach, like swimsuits and sundresses. For instance, she packed her beach attire for the vacation. Sunscreen is a cream or lotion applied to the skin to protect it from the sun's harmful rays. For example, don't forget to put on sunscreen before you go outside. Volleyball is a sport where two teams hit a ball over a net without letting it touch the ground. For example, playing volleyball at the beach is one of my favorite activities. Picnic is a meal eaten outside, especially on an outing. For instance, they had a picnic in the park with sandwiches and lemonade. Sandcastle is a structure made of sand, usually resembling a small castle, built for fun. For example, the children spent hours building a sandcastle on the beach. Seashells, hard, protective outer layers from sea animals, commonly found on beaches and collected for their beauty. For example, during her walk along the beach, she collected seashells to add to her collection at home. Sunset is the time in the evening when the sun disappears below the horizon. For example, the sunset over the ocean was stunning. Reflect means to think deeply or carefully about something. For instance, in the evening, she likes to reflect on her day. Our story for today is exploring the city. Listen well and try your best. Hi, I'm Max. Today, I want to tell you about my exciting day exploring the city. I'm not an early riser, but I decided to wake up early today at 7:30 a.m. to make the most of my day. After waking up, I do some exercise to shake off my sleepiness. Next, I brushed my teeth and took a refreshing shower. Then, I dressed in casual attire, a comfortable t-shirt and jeans, perfect for a day of adventure. I grabbed a quick breakfast of cereal and milk, then headed out, locking the door behind me. The city was bustling with energy. My first stop was the local museum. Museums fascinate me with their collections of art and history. I spent a couple of hours there, admiring paintings and learning about ancient civilizations. Then, I walked to a nearby cafe for lunch. I ordered a sandwich and iced tea, and sat by the window, watching the people go by. Cafes in the city have a unique charm, offering a quiet space amidst the hustle and bustle. After lunch, I decided to visit the Central Park. The park in the city center is a green oasis, with tall trees, colorful flowers, and winding paths. I enjoyed a leisurely walk, listening to the birds and feeling the gentle breeze. In the park, I found a bench near a fountain, and sat down to read a book I'd brought with me. Reading in the park is one of my favorite ways to relax. The sound of water from the fountain added to the peaceful atmosphere. As the afternoon turned into evening, I met up with a friend for dinner. We chose a small, family-owned restaurant known for its delicious pasta dishes. The meal was delightful, and we chatted about our lives and shared laughs. Finally, it was time to head home. The streets were lit up, and the city looked different in the nightlights. I felt content with my day's adventures. Once home, I changed into my comfortable nightwear, brushed my teeth, and reflected on the day's experiences, before drifting off to sleep around 10:30 p.m. New words and phrases. Before we talk more, we will learn some new words from our story. This will help us get better at English. Casual attire. Informal clothing suitable for everyday wear. Example. On weekends, he prefers casual attire like jeans and t-shirts. Museum. A building where objects of historical, scientific, artistic, or cultural interest are exhibited. Example. The museum had an impressive collection of medieval art. Café. A small restaurant selling coffee, drinks, and light meals. Example. She met her friends at the local café for a chat. Central Park. A large public park in a city, often with trees, grassy areas, and walking paths. Example. The Central Park is a popular spot for picnics and walks. Fountain. A structure from which water is pumped into the air, often used as a decorative feature in gardens and parks. Example: children love playing near the fountain in the summer. Family-owned restaurant. A restaurant that is owned and operated by a family, often with a homely atmosphere. Example: the family-owned restaurant on Main Street serves the best homemade pies. Bustling. Full of activity and energy, often used to describe busy places like cities or markets. Example: the bustling streets of the city were filled with people and cars. Oasis. A peaceful area in the midst of a busy or chaotic place. In the context of the story, the Central Park is described as a green oasis in the city. Example: the quiet library was an oasis of calm in the hectic city life. Leisurely. Done in a relaxed and unhurried way. The story mentions enjoying a leisurely walk in the park. Example: on Sunday mornings, she likes to take a leisurely stroll along the beach. Content. A state of satisfaction and happiness. In the story, Max felt content with his day's adventures. Example: after a day of hard work, he felt content and relaxed.
Please listen carefully. Christmas is coming. Holidays are special days. Christmas is a holiday that many people love. On December 25th, it will be Christmas Day. Before Christmas, people will wrap presents and put them under a Christmas tree. You will see Christmas trees covered in lights and ornaments. You will see houses decorated with bright lights. You will hear Christmas music at every store when you go shopping. You will hear Christmas music on the radio when you are in your car. Children will be happy because they know they will receive presents soon. There will be people dressed up like Santa Claus. The colors of Christmas are red, green, and white. Many people will wear those colors to celebrate the holiday. Maybe you will spend time with your friends and family. Maybe you will go to a Christmas party. Christmas is an exciting holiday. At Christmas time, the streets and stores are very busy. People are buying gifts at the last minute. Often, there is snow on the ground, making everything look beautiful. Families get ready for big meals with foods like turkey, stuffing, and cranberry sauce. At night, people come together to sing Christmas songs. This makes everyone feel happy. Many go to church to remember what Christmas is really about. Kids are excited. They think about what presents they might get and write lists for Santa Claus. Friends send each other cards saying, "Merry Christmas" and "Happy New Year." Families have fun baking cookies and building houses out of gingerbread. People also help others who need it. They give money or time to help. As Christmas gets closer, everyone feels more excited. They get ready to give and receive presents and spend time with their families. This is what Christmas is all about. Presents, gifts given to others as a show of affection or to celebrate a special occasion. Example: during the holiday season, people exchange presents with family and friends to show their love and appreciation. Wrap presents, the action of covering gifts in decorative paper. Example: in the days leading up to the holidays, people often wrap presents for their loved ones. Christmas tree, an evergreen tree, often a pine or fir, decorated with lights and ornaments as part of festive celebrations. Example: the family gathered around the Christmas tree to exchange gifts. Ornaments, decorations, often made of glass, metal, wood, or ceramics, used to adorn a Christmas tree. Example: each year, they add new ornaments to their Christmas tree, creating a beautiful display. Santa Claus, a mythical figure associated with holiday gift-giving, depicted as a jolly man with a red suit and white beard, who brings gifts to children. Example: children eagerly await the arrival of Santa Claus on Christmas Eve. Busy, having a lot to do. Example, the mall was very busy with people buying holiday gifts. Gifts, things given to someone to show love, appreciation, or celebration. Example, on Christmas, people exchange gifts wrapped in colorful paper. Turkey, a large bird that people often eat on Christmas and Thanksgiving. Example, for our Christmas dinner, we roast a turkey with herbs and spices. Stuffing, a mixture of bread, herbs, and other ingredients, used to fill the turkey. Example, my grandmother makes the best stuffing with her secret recipe every Christmas. Church, a building where Christians go to worship and pray. Example, on Christmas, many families go to church to celebrate and sing carols. Gingerbread, a type of sweet cake flavored with ginger, often used to make cookies and houses during Christmas. Example, we spent the afternoon decorating gingerbread cookies and building a gingerbread house.
Today, we'll be practicing our listening and speaking skills through the story of Dustin's daily routine in New York City. Listen carefully.
Hi, I'm Dustin. This is my daily routine in New York City. I was born and raised here in the bustling borough of Brooklyn. Both of my parents were artists, contributing to the vibrant culture of this city. I've embraced the fast-paced life here and currently work as a graphic designer for a well-known advertising agency in Manhattan. Every morning, I leave my apartment in Brooklyn and take the subway to work. New York's subway is often crowded, bustling with people of all walks of life. It feels like a melting pot of cultures, especially during rush hour, where everyone is close together, akin to being packed like sardines. 3 years ago, at a gallery opening in the Lower East Side, I met Mia, an aspiring photographer. We connected over our love for art and the city's never-ending inspiration. It was a magical encounter, almost like love at first sight. We've been together since, exploring the city's nooks and crannies, from quaint cafes to grand museums. Every Wednesday, Mia and I have what we call Wanderlust Wednesdays. We choose a new part of the city to explore. It could be anything from a night at a jazz club in Harlem to a serene walk in Central Park. We love to discover new restaurants or revisit our favorite food spots, whether it's for New York-style pizza or a fancy dining experience. When I'm not working or with Mia, I engage in my personal projects or visit friends. I have a small studio where I paint or work on my digital illustrations. Weekends are for relaxation or adventure. I might spend a day at Coney Island, enjoy a Broadway show, or simply cycle around the city, absorbing its dynamic energy. I also make time to visit my parents, who now live in a quieter neighborhood in Queens. We share meals and stories, reminiscing about the old days while creating new memories. As Sunday night approaches, I prepare for the week ahead, organizing my tasks and looking forward to new challenges and experiences. I feel alive in New York City. It's a place of endless possibilities and creativity. I have a fulfilling job, a loving partner, and a supportive circle of friends. Each day here is unique, filled with its own set of adventures and stories.
Contributing. Definition: giving something, especially money or resources, to help achieve or provide something. Example: she was contributing her time and skills to the local community center. Artists. Definition: people who create art, especially professionally. Example: the city is full of artists, from painters to musicians, contributing to its vibrant culture. Subway. Definition: underground train system in New York City. Example: I take the subway to work every day. It's faster than driving. Melting pot. Definition: a place where different cultures or styles merge. Example: New York is a melting pot, with food and music from all over the world. Rush hour. Definition: peak travel times in the morning and evening. Example: I avoid the subway during rush hour because it's too crowded. Wanderlust. Definition: a strong desire to travel and explore. Example: his wanderlust led him to visit every borough in New York City. Reminisce. Definition: to recall past experiences fondly. Example: they would reminisce about their childhood adventures in Central Park. Borough. Definition: an administrative division of New York City. Example: Brooklyn is one of the most culturally diverse boroughs of NYC. Embraced. Definition: to accept something enthusiastically. Example: he embraced the new project with energy and excitement. Advertising. Definition: the activity of producing advertisements for commercial products or services. Example: she works in advertising, creating ads for various brands. Bustling. Definition: full of activity, busy. Example: the streets are bustling with shoppers during the holiday season. Sardines. Definition: small, oily fish often packed tightly in cans. Also refers to a situation where people or objects are crowded together. Example: we were packed like sardines in the elevator during the rush hour. Gallery. Definition: a room or building for the display or sale of works of art. Example: they visited a gallery showcasing contemporary art. Nooks. Definition: a corner or recess, especially one offering seclusion or security. Example: she found a quiet nook in the library to read her book. Serene. Definition: calm, peaceful, and untroubled. Example: the lake was serene in the early morning hours. Listen carefully. My day. Hello, everyone. I am Anna. Today, I want to share about my day. I am a student at a high school in Alabama, so this is what my day looks like. Every day is a special day for me, so I always start my day early. I wake up at 5 a.m. and take a moment to stretch. Stretching helps me wake up my body and improve blood circulation. After I feel relaxed, then I get out of bed and drink a glass of water. After that, I check my timetable and prepare my textbooks for the day. I put all the textbooks in my bag and make sure nothing is left. After that, I go to the bathroom to brush my teeth and take a shower. Then, I get dressed in my school uniform. Next, it is time to have breakfast. I go to the dining room to have breakfast. When I get there, I usually find my family is ready to have breakfast. Then, we have breakfast together. After breakfast, my sister and I go to school. My dad drives us to school because Dad's office is in the same direction as our school. When I get to school, I greet my teachers and my schoolmates. At school, I learn many things. Every day, I have different classes. My favorite class is math. Math makes me think critically and logically. We have 4 periods of math a week. At lunchtime, my friends and I go to the school park. We open our lunchbox and eat together. Sometimes, we share our food. Lunchtime is the best moment for us. We eat, talk, and laugh together. After lunch break is over, I go back to the class till 3 p.m. when the class is over. I pick up my sister at her classroom, and we go back home together. Once I arrive home, I heat the water and take a hot bath. It helps me restore my energy after a tiring day. Next, I take time to relax in my bedroom. I read comics or listen to my favorite songs. When dinner comes, I get out of my bedroom. Then, I have dinner with my family. Mom always cooks delicious dishes for dinner. The dishes are always different every night. After dinner, I do my homework. Mom and Dad always help us do our schoolwork. At 9 p.m., my sister and I go to bed. I put on my favorite pajamas and then I go to the bathroom. I wash my face and brush my teeth. Then, I go to sleep. My mom and my dad stay in the living room. They do their work. Sometimes they work till late at night. Wake up. This refers to the moment when someone transitions from sleeping to being awake. Example: I wake up at 7 a.m. every morning. Get up. This is the action of physically leaving the bed or rising from a sitting or lying position after waking up. Example: after waking up, I get up and prepare for the day. Take a moment. It means to spend a short amount of time doing something. Example: I take a moment to stretch before starting my day. Work till late at night. It means to continue working until a late hour in the evening. Example: my parents work till late at night to finish their tasks. Once. It refers to a specific time or event in the past or future. In this context, it's used to indicate a particular point in time. Example: once I arrive home, I take a hot bath. Pick up. It means to lift or grasp something. Example: after school, I pick up my sister at her classroom. Dishes refers to plates, bowls, or other containers used for serving and eating food. Example: after dinner, we wash the dishes together. Timetable. A timetable is a schedule that shows the times at which specific events or activities, such as classes, are planned to occur. It helps in organizing and managing daily activities. Example: I look at my timetable to know when it's time for math. Lunchbox. A lunchbox is a container used to pack and carry a meal, typically for lunch, especially when you are away from home. Example: my mom makes yummy sandwiches and puts them in my lunchbox for school. Our story for today is, I love my family. Listen carefully.
I love my family. Tom lived in a little town with his family. The town was surrounded by green hills and blooming flowers. He had a mom, a dad, his older sister Anna, and a playful dog named Scooter, who loved chasing butterflies. Tom loved them very much. One bright morning, Tom's mom said, "Let's have a picnic today." Tom was thrilled. He loved going outside with his family. They all helped to make food. They made easy sandwiches, cut some apples. And Tom's mom baked a small chocolate cake. Tom loved chocolate cake. They went to a park nearby. The sun was shining, and the birds were singing. Tom's parents found a nice spot under a big tree. They put a blanket on the grass. Tom and Anna played with a ball. They laughed and ran. Scooter ran around, wagging his tail and barking happily. It was lunchtime. They all sat and ate. The sandwiches were yummy. Tom ate his sandwich with big bites. Anna made funny faces, and Tom laughed. They all enjoyed the cake. Tom felt a warm feeling in his heart, seeing his family together and happy. Even Scooter licked his face, as if he understood. After lunch, they all sat together. They talked about many things. They'd all shared funny and heartwarming stories. Tom laughed until his stomach hurt. As the sun set, it was time to go home. They packed up their things. Tom helped by carrying a small bag. They walked home together. Tom walked next to his mom. Anna and Dad talked about the day. Scooter walked beside them. That night, Tom was in his bed. He thought about the picnic. He remembered the fun and the laughter. He felt very happy. He knew he had the best family. Tom closed his eyes and fell asleep with a smile. The word blooming is an adjective that describes flowers when they are open and colorful. It's the process where a flower grows and shows its petals. Example: in spring, the garden is full of blooming flowers. Thrilled is an adjective that describes a feeling of great excitement and happiness. When someone is thrilled, they are very pleased and enthusiastic about something. Example: I was thrilled to hear that I passed my English test with a high score. Nearby is an adverb that means close to the place where you are or close to a particular other location. It indicates that something is not far away. Example: can you recommend a good restaurant nearby? As a noun, spot refers to a particular place or location, often a specific point or area within a larger place. Example: she always sits in the same spot in the classroom. Wag is a verb used primarily to describe the movement of a dog's tail. When a dog wags its tail, it moves it back and forth or side to side, usually indicating that the dog is happy or excited. Example: you can tell the puppy is happy because it wags its tail a lot. Yummy is an adjective that means delicious or very tasty. It is often used to describe food that tastes really good. Example: I love eating strawberries because they are sweet and yummy. Lick is a verb that means to pass the tongue over something, especially as a way of tasting it or cleaning it. Example: the cat licks its fur to keep it clean. Heartwarming is an adjective used to describe something that causes feelings of happiness and pleasure, often because it is sweet, kind, or sentimental. It usually refers to things that make you feel emotionally touched or uplifted. Example: the letter from my grandmother was heartwarming and brought tears to my eyes. When talking about the sun, set is a verb that means to go down or disappear below the horizon. It refers to the end of the day when the sun goes down and it starts to get dark. Example: we watched the sun set over the ocean and the sky turned orange and pink. Pack up is a phrasal verb that means to put things into bags, boxes, or suitcases when you are finishing something or going somewhere, like in a picnic or preparing for a trip. Example: at the end of the school day, the students pack up their books and pencils.
Today, we'll be practicing our listening and speaking skills through the story Tommy's Daily Routine in London. Listen carefully.
Hi. I'm Tommy. My daily routine in London. I was born in London, but my parents came from Scotland. They moved to London before I was born. I've lived in this big city all my life. I work as an English teacher at a high school in London. I love my job because I enjoy helping students learn. My apartment is quite far from my school. So, every day, I commute to the school by underground. In the morning, the underground is very crowded. Sometimes, it feels like everyone in London is on the underground with me, with people packed like sardines. I met Emma 2 years ago at a community centre. When I saw her, I thought she was special. It was love at first sight. We talked and laughed a lot that day. A few months later, we started dating. Every Thursday, Emma and I do something special. We call it Themed Thursdays. Sometimes, we listen to music. I play the guitar and we both sing. Other times, we cook or watch a movie. We always have fun on these nights. When I'm not working or with Emma, I like to read books. Sometimes, I read in the park. On weekends, I often enjoy exploring different parts of London. I'm interested in the city's history, so I sometimes visit museums or historical landmarks. I also like to play football with my friends at a local park. If the weather is nice, I might go for a bike ride along the River Thames or visit one of the city's famous markets. Every now and then, I spend a weekend visiting my parents, who live in a quieter part of the city. We have meals together and reminisce about old times. On Sunday evenings, I usually prepare for the upcoming week, planning lessons for my classes and spending quality time with Emma. I'm happy in London. I have a good job, a wonderful girlfriend and many friends. Every day is a new adventure for me. To commute, traveling regularly between work and home. Example: every day, Sarah commutes from her suburban home to her downtown office by train. Underground, the train system in London that runs below the ground. Example: I take the underground to get to work every day because it's faster than driving. Be packed like sardines describes a very crowded space where people are standing or sitting very close together. Example: during rush hour, commuters were packed like sardines in the train. Love at first sight, the feeling of immediately falling in love with someone upon first seeing them. Example: when he walked into the room, it was love at first sight for her. To date, to engage in a romantic relationship, often involving going out together. Example: they've been dating for 3 years and are very happy together. Landmark, a recognizable natural or man-made feature used for navigation, often a significant cultural symbol. Example: the Statue of Liberty is an important landmark in New York City. Football, soccer, a sport where teams try to score by getting a ball into the opposing team's goal, primarily using their feet. Example: he plays football every weekend with a local club. To reminisce, to enjoy or engage in the act of remembering past experiences. Example: old friends reunited to reminisce about their college days. Prepare, to make ready or get something or someone ready for a particular purpose or event. Example: she likes to prepare her lessons a week in advance to ensure she's ready for any questions her students might have. Adventure, an unusual, exciting, and possibly dangerous activity or journey. Example: they went on an adventure to hike the tallest mountain in the region, eager to see the view from the top.
Our story for today is, My Journey. Listen well and try your best. Once upon a time, there was a young man named Tom. He was 25 years old, with kind eyes and a friendly smile. Tom was born in the small town of Springfield, surrounded by green hills and clear lakes. The town was quiet but full of warm-hearted people. Growing up, Tom's family was everything to him. They taught him the importance of kindness and hard work. His parents and 2 sisters were his biggest supporters, always encouraging him to follow his dreams. They had many fun times together, like summer barbecues in the backyard and joyful birthday parties. When Tom turned 19, he began a new chapter at the State College, studying environmental science. College was different from his small town, more people, more noise, but also more to learn. At college, Tom discovered his passion for protecting the environment. He enjoyed classes about nature and how to take care of our planet. During his college years, Tom made good friends. Together, they studied in the library, joined environmental clubs, and talked about how to make a better world. After graduating, Tom started working at a local environmental organization. The work was new and sometimes hard, but Tom was eager to learn. He worked on projects like planting trees and cleaning rivers. But Tom's life wasn't just work. He had a hobby that made him very happy: gardening. He loved growing flowers and vegetables in his garden. It was peaceful, and he felt connected to nature. Tom had big dreams. He wanted to make a big difference in protecting the environment, maybe even start a nonprofit organization one day. He believed that with patience and perseverance, he could achieve anything. And so, Tom's journey goes on, filled with optimism and endless possibilities. He's ready for any challenge, always remembering his roots and the goals he's pursuing. New words and phrases. Before we talk more, we will learn some new words from our story. This will help us get better at English. Small town. A community with a small population and few buildings. Example: Tom loved the peaceful life in his small town, surrounded by nature. Kindness. The quality of being friendly, generous, and considerate. Example: Tom learned the importance of kindness from his family. Environmental science. A field of study focused on the environment and solutions to environmental problems. Example: at State College, Tom studied environmental science and discovered his passion for protecting nature. Barbecue. A meal or gathering at which meat, fish, or other food is cooked outdoors on a grill or open fire. Example: the family enjoyed summer barbecues in their backyard. Supporters. People who give encouragement or backing to someone or something. Example: his parents and sisters were his biggest supporters in all his endeavors. Library. A building or room containing collections of books, periodicals, and sometimes films and recorded music for people to read, borrow, or refer to. Example: Tom and his friends often studied together in the college library. Gardening. The activity of tending and cultivating a garden, especially as a pastime. Example: Tom found peace and connection to nature through gardening. Nonprofit organization. An organization that operates for a charitable, educational, professional, or public service purpose and is not intended to make a profit. Example: Tom dreamed of starting a nonprofit organization to protect the environment. Optimism. Hopefulness and confidence about the future or the success of something. Example: filled with optimism, Tom was ready to face any challenges that came his way. Perseverance. Persistence in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. Example: Tom believed that with patience and perseverance, he could achieve his environmental goals. Our story for today is, My Day at the Park. Listen well and try your best. Hi, my name is Alex. My adventure begins on a sunny Saturday morning. I'm an early riser, so I get up at 6 a.m. First, I do some stretching exercises to feel refreshed. Stretching in the morning makes me feel energetic. Then, I head to the bathroom to brush my teeth and wash my face. After that, I put on my sporty outfit, because I plan to go to the park. I have a light breakfast of toast and scrambled eggs, with a glass of apple juice, my favorite. My family is still asleep, so I leave a note on the fridge and head out. I walk to the park, enjoying the fresh morning air. The park is peaceful in the morning, with birds chirping and a cool breeze. At the park, I love to jog along the trails. Jogging helps me clear my mind and stay healthy. Sometimes, I see other joggers, and we greet each other with a friendly "good morning." After jogging, I sit on a bench to relax and watch the ducks in the pond. Around noon, I meet my friends at the park. We play soccer on the open field. Soccer is my favorite sport, because it's fun and keeps me active. After the game, we're all hungry, so we have a picnic. We share sandwiches, fruits, and snacks, and chat about our week. In the afternoon, I head back home. If I have homework or chores, I do them right away. I prefer finishing tasks early, so I have free time later. Dinner is usually around 6:30 p.m. My mom cooks delicious meals, and tonight, we have spaghetti and salad. For dessert, we have chocolate cake, which I love. After dinner, I spend some time reading or playing video games. I enjoy relaxing before bed. I usually go to sleep around 10 p.m. I change into my night clothes, brush my teeth, and get into bed. Sometimes, on weekends, I stay up a bit later to watch movies with my family. New words and phrases. Before we talk more, we will learn some new words from our story. This will help us get better at English.
Early riser means someone who wakes up early in the morning. For example, I'm an early riser, so I enjoy watching the sunrise. Stretching exercises are movements you do to make your muscles longer and more flexible. For instance, he does stretching exercises before running to avoid injuries. Sporty outfit refers to clothes designed for sports or physical activities. For example, she wore her sporty outfit to the gym. Jogging is a form of running at a slow, steady pace. It's good for health and fitness. For example, he goes jogging every morning to stay fit. Picnic is a meal eaten outdoors, usually sitting on the ground. People often have picnics in parks. For instance, they had a picnic at the beach with sandwiches and fruit. Chores are routine tasks around the house, like cleaning or washing dishes. For example, on Saturdays, I do my chores before going out. Night clothes, or pajamas, are comfortable clothes worn for sleeping. For example, after her bath, she put on her nightclothes and read a book. Soccer is a sport played by two teams where players kick a ball to score goals. For example, he plays soccer every weekend with his friends. Trails, paths or routes, typically narrow, used for walking, jogging, or cycling, often in a park or natural area. In the story, Alex enjoys jogging along the trails in the park. Example: the nature trails in the park offer beautiful scenery for morning jogs. Bench. A long, sturdy seat for several people, typically made of wood or metal, found in public places like parks. In the story, Alex sits on a bench to relax after jogging. Example: she sat on the park bench, enjoying the view of the lake.